Hey Booze, in this video, I give commentary based on my opinion. Nothing is to be taken as factual. We are just here to have conversation. We don't expose and we don't sip tea on this channel. I'm giving you real talk straight, no chaser. Let's see if you can handle it.
Cause I'm a boss. I haven't done anything for you to be proud of.
Of course you have. You are marrying a man who can support you.
Good evening. So back. If the title is funny, let me know because I tried to squeeze everything in really tight. So let me know. Let me know if it's not looking good, if it looks a mess. Because honestly, what did I title it? I apologize for my tardiness. Like I'm late today. I'm late. I do apologize for that. So I'm not even gonna waste your time. Let's go ahead and get into today's video. I told y'all that Brittany Renner did this for a man. Didn't I tell y'all she did it for a man? And I'm just here to provide the receipts. But honestly, this is so unpopular, but I'm gonna say it. This is why I had to title the video Unpopular Opinion, right? Brittany Renner has been struggling a lot. Like we've seen her publicly struggle for some time now. And who's to say that after the Charleston White's podcast interview, where she was seen twerking on a married man that was, you know, um, who's to say that she had not reached that crossroad within herself after seeing herself go viral like that? Because remember, she was drunk, like she was heavily intoxicated. And this is just me playing devil's advocate, right? Who's to say, like, after that, and like seeing herself and seeing the video, because the video was everywhere, like people were posting it, people were sharing it, it was literally everywhere. Who's to say that she didn't go under this change on her own terms? And maybe Kevin Gates influenced it. Now, Kevin Gates. Kevin Gates. I But who's my point is, who's to say that maybe she converted to the Islam faith and journey and path in life because it just made sense to her where she is currently at in life. And she converted for a multitude of reasons. She was at a crossroad within her life. Kevin Gates was heavily influencing her. And she needed to clean up her reputation. She needed to clean up her public image. And so she was just like, all right, I mean, there's just so many benefits. Why not? Like it could be a multitude of reasons as to why she converted. And I just want to make that known. A lot of people are saying, well, we don't know her heart. We shouldn't judge. We don't know her heart, but we do know her ways. Okay. We don't know her heart, but we do know her ways. And I'm going to get into some of the things that we've seen Brittany get herself into, but we do know her ways. And her ways is she is known for doing anything for money. She is known to do anything for male validation. She is known to do anything for clout. She is known to do anything to go viral. And she is known to do anything for attention, like twerk or grind on Charleston White on a podcast. And he even came out and said that he felt like she was using him for publicity. So that's what we do know. Again, we don't know her heart, but we do know her ways. And it's just naive to look past her ways and just say, oh, but we don't know her heart. Okay. I mean, dang, if that's all it takes. And then not to mention, with everything that's like going on, I did not know, but like the Charleston White situation was only a year ago. Why did I think it was like 2 years ago or something like that? But it's only been a year. So this year, I said that I was going to spin the block on topics that I was right about, that the internet dragged me for. So this is just one of those videos. So let's go ahead and get into this topic. Thank you for all of the birthday wishes. I really do appreciate it. So let's just start with this because let's should I go back or forward? Let's see. And by the way, if you did not know, girl, Kevin Gates fans is saying that they married. That's what they saying. They saying they saying that they are married. I'm shocked. That's what they saying. Hold on, let me change my color because I like to be extra. Girl, they saying that they married. I'm like, what?
Right? Prove that there is
Shit.
When did I talk shit?
Because I don't even like you.
No, wait,
You don't like
whoa.
me.
No, I said initially, from what I saw on social media, it led me to that thought, which is important because for both of you, that's the way it started off. For everybody that sees you on social media, that's the
What about
impression
it? You
that
don't
they
have
see.
no fucking factual basis.
But that's what I was
understand
trying
that,
to
right?
prove, that there is.
That
there was
you
none.
have a love. It's a love.
It's a what?
It's a L-O-V-E. Love.
It's a love.
Yes, it is.
It's a love.
You want to talk about some male and female shit.
When did I talk?
Let me go here. Hold on, is it here?
I'm with it.
Yeah.
Hey, and Charleston, no, I love him to death. That's
Yeah,
my
that's my yeah, there you go.
and see that little yellow motherfucker that just called me that look like an emoji. Motherfucking heart too. She know that though.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I love that.
I just had to call you and just say hello. You know all is truly well.
All right, Mike, I'm gonna hit you when we done.
I love you.
Appreciate you.
Kevin Gates in the bill.
Kevin Gates.
She said,
Kevin Gates in the building.
Hello.
wait, she said what?
I love you.
Appreciate you.
Kevin Gates in the bill.
Kevin.
You know all is truly well.
All right, Mike, I'm gonna hit you when we done.
I love you.
Appreciate you.
That was a year ago. How did I miss this? How did I miss this? I missed it. I missed it. So I was right this whole time and didn't even know because I missed this. I was just like, I had no idea. So even, and this was before she underwent any public change. So listen, listen. It is what it is. It is what it is. But let's go back. Because a lot of people are like, when did this happen? Girl, I'm just as shocked as you. They've been talking for a while too. So this is my question that I want to ask the internet. Is this really a bad thing though? Because we're talking about Brittany Renner. Okay. This woman was out here looking crazy in these streets. Is it really a bad thing that Kevin Gates came into her life and started to heavily influence her? Because this girl was literally at rock bottom. Listen, y'all want to know where Dreka is? Girl, let me show you where she is. Hold on. Hold on. Is it this one? She talking about filling up her cup on a women's retreat on Valentine's Day. Listen.
Enables us to do that is pouring into ourselves first and to really and truly become like our authentic selves and get to the root and the core of who we are, and to do daily practices that kind of just like keep us charged and keep us in a state of bliss and love. And all of that is really Those are the things that I do to make sure that my cup is filled so that I can give to my loved ones and to give to the world. This is just like a little reminder to just pour into yourself first, you know? It's not about being selfish. Like, don't get it twisted. It's not about being selfish or it's all about me, because that's not the point. The point is just taking that time out for yourself to fill yourself up. As women, and you guys know this, like, that's kind of like a requirement these days. I don't know how the hell that happened. We carry quite a bit of weight. And
now listen, I gotta be honest with y'all, because y'all know I did my research before I spoke on anything. I was like, let me look at, because honestly, they have a very weird relationship, both of them. But I think that they are just at a point where so much damage has been done between the both of them, because Kevin Gates talks about here how he apparently, and this is super general freestyle Kevin Gates, this was released like 2 years ago, and he talks about Britney in here too. But he also talks about Dreka too. Hold on, let me see. I thought I had it highlighted. Damn, I don't have my damn glasses. Oh, yes, I do. Y'all, sometimes I can't see. Okay. Um, he said, stuffing that D and bundle of Brittany, we had a real infatuation for one another, but no commitment. She know I was turned up with the cartel and wasn't agreeing with how I was living. So she made the safer choice and had a baby with her new ninja. Now she says she made a mistake. Deep down, her heart wasn't really in it. We was laid up. I ain't answer when they hit and lost the shipment. So listen, how long have they been dealing? Like, how long have they had a relationship? Then it says, we was laid up. I ain't answer when they hit and lost the shipment. Poured my heart out. I may fly again. You hurt me. I'm out the picture. Stressing about me during your pregnancy. Your baby now resemble me. We went home to sleep. Deep down, there's tension when you knowing there's something missing. What he mean by that? Can somebody explain to me? Because I'm gonna do my research. Can somebody explain to me what? Like, it seemed like they've been messing with each other for a while. So listen, the fans of Kevin Gates, they said that this man is married to this woman. And the reason why they said that he's married to her is because, well, he talked about marrying her in these lyrics, but then also even the Muslim community is saying that they're most likely married because of how she showed up interacting on DDG's stream. Girl, this is crazy. That's why I was like, wait a minute. Okay, let me go back. Then Dreka, the reason why she on that farm growing trees and living her best life is because apparently the reason why their relationship ended. Kevin Gates was always out here in these streets doing his thing, but Dreka was doing her thing with the trainer. Let me see if I can find it. Let me see. Okay, let me see. Yeah, okay. Okay, so bought her a truck when I was away and can't explain the way I'm feeling. And her son jumped my new wife and took her purse and won't admit it. He's talking about his mother. I don't know what that was about. Then he said, personal trainer invaded my personal space. Deep down inside it unalived me. Her and this ninja that schemed me out some cake deep down inside to unalive me. So listen, it is alleged that she slept with her trainer, y'all. And it's like, am I mad at her? No, because listen, Kevin Gates was out here doing his thing. Listen, apparently, y'all, apparently, Kevin Gates be putting all his business in his music. So, so this is just me going down the rabbit hole. Apparently, he just be putting all his business out in his music. Okay, so let's go back to this.
So yeah, that's why it's important, super important to pour into ourselves. All of the ladies that attend this retreat with me to gain really pure, unconditional self-love for self. It's going to be absolutely amazing.
She looks good. She looks so good. It's gonna be hard to outdo the first wife. I'm just saying, she look good, y'all. She do. She look at peace. She looks great. Another thing that I want to say too. Another right. I don't know why the trainer situation. I don't know, like he put it in. I know she has a nice body, she has a nice spirit, like everything about her just seems very beautiful. It just seems like she married a toxic man. That's what it seems like. But the interesting thing about her being best friends with Kevin Gates, because even though they're not together, they keep saying they're best friends, they're best friends, they're really good friends. So they don't share like this toxic relationship, which is why she's able to be on the farm and be at peace and things like that. Which brings me back to my original question that I have for y'all. Do y'all think that this is a bad thing? Because listen, the men are upset. And you know, when the men are upset, I get happy. I don't know why. I just do, especially when it comes to social media and the men on social media who come online and they talk shit. Like when they're upset, I get joyous. I get happy. Like there's just something in me that just tingles. Things get very moist over here. You get what I'm saying? When they get upset. So the reason why I'm excited and I'm joyous about the situation is because they always say 304s are leftovers, washed up. Like no one should wife up a 304. And Kevin Gates wifed up a 304. So I'm just like, is this really bad? I mean, I don't think this is bad. This is not this. I'm not really. I'm not upset. Why? Like, who's upset? I'm liking this because if you go to the men's comments, like they're like, "Oh my god, I can't believe he's with her. Is that Brittany Renner?" Listen, they are upset, y'all. And I'm just like, wait a minute. This is great. Because, you know, not only did Kevin Gates possibly wife up Brittany Renner, a single mother who's a 304, and then not only was she wifed up, but she was wifed up by a man that makes more money than them. This is great. This is great. I don't see like what? And y'all, they pulling up old videos.
You know, being Billy Badass, and I fucked 3 guys in a week. Had a mean yeast infection. That's not funny. But it wasn't funny. But looking back at it, I can laugh now.
If this is the right hand man, you know, and I don't want to make this as a slander to Tiana Trump because she does a lot of social work in the community, you know. She does a lot, you know, a lot of activism. You know, I don't want to make it feel like I love Tiana, you know what I'm saying? She does her thing, but
Listen, the men are upset. They're like, why would he wife? And y'all, I don't think the men know. I don't think the men know that they are married. But according to the Muslim community, as husband and wife, okay? And it seems like Dreka, she approves because on Valentine's Day, she said partners with an S. She didn't say partner. She said partners. That's why y'all got to pay close attention. She said partners. So he may have gotten the green light from the first wife because in the Muslim community, and when you follow the Islamic faith, you can have up to 4 wives. You can't have a bunch of wives. You can have up to 4. And so it just seems like he actually married her. They're not just dating, they're not just seeing each other. And you know what was so crazy that I don't see anyone talking about? They were coordinated as husband and wife. They were coordinated. They were dressed like husband and wife. Like, why are they so dressed up? Like, they're like super dressy. And then DDG got on freaking a hoodie and sweats. So they're even dressed in coordination with each other. Did anyone else pick that up? Because I did. They are, from my understanding, y'all, after I did research, Dreka and Kevin Gates are legally married. They are business partners. and they are best friends. They don't have relations. Does that make sense? So listen, that's what I got. Now listen, let's continue.
What you be doing the thing here? Shit, nigga, there's a camera everywhere. Alright, so what do I do? Do I wave? Do I smile? Be yourself, man.
Now, a lot of people were trying to clown Brittany because she was in the background and she was allowing her husband to shine. And they were trying to clown her and everything, but when you marry, right, in this religion, that is how you were supposed to conduct yourself and carry yourself as the wife. This is great. Listen, people can say Kevin Gates is a demon. They can say whatever what they want to say. The city girls, we up. Okay, we are up because this type of stuff is not supposed to happen. This type of stuff is never supposed to. You're not supposed to wipe up a 304, and then a 304 single mother. You are not supposed to wipe up 304. So listen, I don't care who Kevin Gates is. I honestly could care less about who the man is and what he chooses to do in his spare time. If I'm being just honest, based off of my research, this man gives Nature Boy 2.0, but without the sexual assaults, and simply because nothing has been made against him for me to say that he's exactly like Nature Boy. You get what I'm saying? But he give off a knockoff version without the essay claims, okay? Or what's that other guy? NFL Choppa, that rapper. Y'all know I don't be knowing these people. What's his name? I forget his name. He kind of remind me of him too. You know, a combination between the two. But anyway, no one noticed that they were coordinated. Okay, they was dressed alike. She has her good church outfit on. He got his good church outfit on. They look good. Okay. Now, when did they start talking to each other? Apparently, now I remember this. I do, but I still forgot about them. I don't know. When I was making the claims against Britney about she doing this for a man, I forgot about this Rolling Stone interview, but this was back in 2022. And I just want y'all to see the chemistry.
Brittany Renner meets Kevin Gates for the first time.
Hi. Wow. Hi everyone. My name is Brittany Renner, and I'm here with the one and only Kevin Gates. How you feeling?
Amazing. Hey, thank you. Hey, this I don't care if you get this on camera. I just want to say thank you for being an amazing person, always living in your truth. You inspire others silently. They probably don't want to admit it, but you know.
How you feeling?
Amazing. Hey, thank you. Hey, this I don't care if you get this on camera. I just want to say thank you for being an amazing person, always living in your truth. You inspire others silently. They probably don't want to admit it, but you know, you inspire.
Let's replay that one more time. This is why men, they don't do their research. The blogger males, they want to be like us so bad, but it's like, step your game up, do some research. Let's play it again.
I want to say thank you for being an amazing person, always living in your truth. You inspire others silently. They probably don't want to admit it, but you know, you inspire me. Thank you so much.
And thank you. Let me tell you something. So my first Rolling Loud I did in 2019 is when I first saw you. Yeah. And you were actually, Will and I worked together, and you were the only person that I wanted to see the entire festival. And today in 2022, it still rings true. You were the only person I wanted to see.
Did you like what you saw?
I actually loved it. I actually love what I'm seeing.
So Kevin doesn't have an issue with her past. He is inspired by her for living in her truth. So all these men, like, and listen, Kevin Gates has more money than them, so it doesn't matter. you have to bow down to him because he has more money than you. You know how men are. You know how they are. So, they are so upset by this. This is great. This is
ain't gonna show
like,
that you worthless.
seriously.
Here's my therapy working out.
Okay, so I have to ask because I feel like we're all kind of curious. So, like, are you single or what's up?
Am I single and ready to mingle?
Single and mingling.
I'm not looking for nobody. I'm not looking for nobody, but I am waiting on the right person to come to me. Yeah.
Okay. Do you have any last words? Anything you'd like to share? Rolling loud words of encouragement because you've been through a lot. You can take the mic.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna say this. Hey, listen, if you're watching this right now, I love you. I made a bunch of mistakes. I'm gonna make a bunch of new ones tomorrow, and if I'm fortunate, I learn from them. When you follow your heart, you always win. For those of you that don't know who I am, I'm Kevin Gates. I love you all. Big old nigga.
Thank
you. They exchanged numbers after that. Anyway, so that was in 2022. Now listen, according to their but is it non-traditional? Would you consider Dreka and Kevin Gates' marriage non-traditional? Because technically it's traditional. It's older than monogamy. So it's just, we don't practice that in the West. We practice. So he's not cheating. And she had to convert in order to marry him, in order to actually be with him. And she did that. So technically, according to their belief system and their lifestyle, they are not doing anything wrong. To us, it's like, this is wrong. This is wrong. But that's westernized culture, though. But that's not their belief system. That's not their relationship. I don't even want to say that it's non-traditional because I feel like that's disrespectful. So I'm just going to say their traditional values that they have, which are just different from us and ours. No. Like, technically he's not doing anything wrong with her. Okay. Now, has he done some wrong in his past? 100%. And I think he learned from that because he got cheated on back, and that really did something to him, y'all. Like, it seemed like when she stepped out on him with the trainer, he ain't been the same since. So let's get into this other video. I think he was with Carisha. Here it is.
Being Muslim, you can have multiple wives, right?
Say we can have 4, but one is preferred.
Okay, so if you can have,
I don't want multiple, but I just want one.
Okay.
I don't want it.
Why?
I have to be honest with you. The product that comes from these marriages, from the children's side of things, I haven't heard the best. I have not heard the best experiences. So yeah, that's all I'm gonna say. I have not heard the best experience from the children that are a product of this traditional dynamic. I have not heard the best from the children. Now, women, it's kind of like give or take. It just depends.
Cause I just want my one. I don't want to have multiple wives. I didn't get that already. That's bullshit. So I wouldn't want multiple wives. I mean, anybody that have multiple women, they look stressed out. Cause I know killers that scared to go home and tell them.
I think it was more so of Kevin making that a personal requirement, unbeknownst to me. And I don't know if Britney was religious at all before all of this. I'm not really sure. Don't quote me on that. Which was probably why she decided to take it on. Again, back to what I originally said, right? I said that, yeah, she could have done this for Kevin Gates, but she could have done this for a multitude of reasons. Like, she wanted to change her life. She's been wanting to change her life. She has been struggling publicly to change her life for quite some time, but she has been struggling with addictions, old habits, old patterns. She has been struggling with getting money a different type of way. She has been struggling with staying consistent with the change that she wanted to make. And this could have motivated her or he could have influenced her and like pushed her to like really stay consistent in this lifestyle, which is why I'm like, is it really a bad thing? I can't really say. It just depends on if they're both genuine in this relationship, which we can only go off of what it looks like from the outside. So I don't really know, but she could have made this change for a multitude of reasons. She could have came to a crossroad where her life, she was getting older. She had a son. She could have looked back at that footage with Charleston White and just, maybe she didn't like what she saw. She was intoxicated. And Charleston White said that she was like really, he said that I don't mind a drinker, but I hate a drunk. And that's what he said about her on one of his podcasts. So it could have been a series of things that led her to this decision. I don't want to give Kevin all of the credit, but I think Brittany, just knowing the type of person that she is, she seems like the type of person where she has to come to the conclusion on her own. And I think she did that. And I think Kevin Gates was there to influence her and push her further into making that change. That's what I think happened. That's what I think. I think she may have came to that crossroad on her own, and then he was just there to like kind of help her or lead her fully to committing and staying consistent in it. And he may have made that a requirement for her to change her public appearance, her image. Because one thing that Kevin Gates, I can go back to the lyrics. Let me go back to the lyrics. Because he protected Dreka in her public image when she was caught allegedly cheating with her trainer, because he had dedicated a song to her called Dreka, and he said in this in this Super General that he made the song Dreka to protect her image. Yeah, I made the Dreka song, lied to the world while trying to protect her image. Can't make it up, y'all. So Kevin is like that type of guy where he cares about your public image. And I think that it was more of a personal preference for him. So he does. He probably requires her to carry herself a certain way. And that's just his requirement. So that's just my opinion. Again, we don't know. We don't know for sure. So, but this is just me, like, you know, piecing things together, trying to make sense of what we're witnessing. Yeah, he lied to the world in that Dreka song. I know that song is, he put a lot in that song. Like, he put a lot in that song. So, yeah. I felt like Kevin did Dreka wrong first. So that's my opinion, because it was like he was already running around on her. She just cheated back. Y'all, she literally just cheated back, and she only cheated once, and she cheated with her personal trainer, because also too, during that time, Dreka had some health issues, which led her to really like commit to changing her life and everything like that. And I think that with him being on the road and him like doing tours and things like that, the trainer was just there for her emotionally. And it, you know, things happen when you're being vulnerable and you're sharing certain things, and things probably got real personal between them. I think it's worse when a woman just goes out and just sleeps with somebody that she really doesn't know. But it's like, I believe that there was like an emotional connection. Like, I don't think she just cheated just to cheat. I think there was an emotional connection, and then she cheated, and he just happened to be there while they were going through a rough time, and she cheated. So that's what I think. But it's like, I don't think he's judging her though, because he's still friends with her. So I don't think Kevin Gates is really judging her like that. I think they're just at this point where they are just accepting the fact that they have outgrown each other, and they're still willing to stay married for business. Because at one point, Dreka was his manager. She was helping him build his empire. So he's not going to divorce her. So according to his belief system, he can just take on another wife. Now let's get into what was said in this interview with Carisha.
Okay, so if you can have...
I don't want multiple, but I just want one.
Okay.
I don't want that.
Why?
because I just want my one. I don't want to have multiple wives. I done did that already. That's bullshit. So I wouldn't want multiple wives. I mean, anybody that have multiple women, they look stressed out. Because I know killers that scared to go home and tell a woman they been with another. But the spiritual aspect of that is a woman is psychic. If you've been with another woman and you go home and she asks you, baby, where you been? You gonna help me get these sins off?
You gonna say that?
Yes, ma'am. Because you already know anyway. You're gonna know. Like, women have something called intuition.
Yes.
It comes from the womb. The womb is
Y'all, this is why I'm like, he give me nature boys. Sorry. Without the essay claims, okay? Because I just got to make that known. Don't put nothing on him if he don't have nothing out here. But it do be giving, it gives nature boy 2.0. But one thing I do appreciate, but I feel like he is the type of guy, because do you see how he's interacting with Carisha? He's a charmer. And charmers tend to be good manipulators, but they also tend to be good smooth talkers. They also tend to be womanizers. I just got to be honest with you. They tend to be womanizers. So don't take this video as me praising Kevin Gates. This is just simply a win for a woman that was literally in a crisis with her life. And at the end of the day, if it led her to follow the Islamic faith and journey, and if she found God, listen, it is what it is. I don't know what his sign is. I don't know what his sign is. I really don't. But hopefully this journey that she's on is permanent in her life, because she needed some type of structure. Brittany needed some type of structure. She needed some type of guidance. He understands the value of the golden womb when it comes to women having an intuition and psychic instincts and things like that. Oh, he's an Aquarius. That makes a lot of sense. Oh my God. And I'm going to also get into why Dreka and Kevin Gates may not have worked out in the way that we think they should, because they're married and everything like that. But they're just better at being friends. And I believe it's because of this. And I can see why he is with Brittany, because Brittany challenges him and Dreka did not. Dreka is one of those type of women where she's not going to fight with you. She's not going to argue with you. She just wants to be in peace. And he wants a woman that challenges him. And I feel like Brittany Renner, regardless of how you feel about her, if you actually listen to Brittany outside of her antics and the extreme things that she says, she's actually very smart. She's actually very smart. When she gathered Fresh and Fit, that's when I was like, oh, this woman is very smart. She just has her ways, right? She has her shadow side about herself. So she needed some type of structure. And I feel like he's offering her that structure. And then she's still challenging him in a way that Dreka was not able to. And it was just simply because they're in two different places. Like, she wants to be at peace. She wants to live away from the spotlight. And then Kevin Gates wants to be in the spotlight, and he wants to do this and do that. He wants to be challenged. And I can see why he ended up with Brittany. So, but let me cook, okay? Because I did my research. Let me cook. Let's get through this part of the interview.
Governed by the moon. Lunar is governed by the moon. When a woman get her cycles with the moon, when you know that you're dealing with a spiritual being, you can't tell a lie to him. You're going to only cause damnation on your own soul. She already knows. So if she have sex with me after I told her and I didn't tell her the truth, I could offset her pH levels. I ain't give her an STD, but her pH levels off balance because her womb know that I've been with another. We slinging iron and selling dope and shit in the street, but we scared to tell our women the truth. You gotta tell her the truth so she can heal you and protect you, because our women are healers.
Yeah.
A real woman though, you know, but that's just my philosophy. Nigga think I'm crazy. Man, going in there and tell on yourself. Cool.
That's I swear that's the truth, because I know every time a nigga lying, I be like, man.
When a woman have her period, it's not just, I don't like to call it that, but I say it so people know what I'm talking about. It's to call her menses. When she have that, that's not just for her, that's for me. She getting all the negative energy in the house and she cleansing. It's a cleansing phase she going through. She holy right now.
that's when we put all.
Yo, I cannot stand Aquarius men. I cannot stand them. They get on my nerves because they are very. Listen, Aquarius men are very smart. They are. They're very smart. They're very educated. They are just ahead of time as far as their way of thinking. But y'all, they still get on my nerves. They do, because they just do. Have you ever dealt with an Aquarius male? My father is an Aquarius male. Like, seriously, they are annoying. They are so annoying. And then I turned around and I dated one. That was stupid. That was dumb. I don't know why I did that. But honestly, I can't even say that even the Aquarius male, like, I'm still cool with him. Like, I don't talk to him or anything like that. But he's just that person that's like, you can talk to an Aquarius male, especially when it comes to like women's issues and like seeing things from a different perspective. Like, they tend to be able to handle a woman's intelligence and her outlook and point of view and things like that. But I just don't think that they're good partners because they're not emotional. So it's kind of interesting how he ended up with Brittany, who's a Pisces. They're very emotional, but I guess he likes that because he will see her as a challenge. Again, back to being challenged.
Good energy into her. Rub her feet, give her baths with the eucalyptus. I ain't about to give you my recipe. I'm a monster though. But you know, we do all of these things so that when
he give me Warlock vibes. Real. Like, he be doing what he be like. What kind of? He's Muslim though. This is very interesting. Are there any Muslims in the chat? Like, because he's explaining rituals, spiritual baths. You know, that's what spiritual people do. So I'm confused. But listen, at the same time, I understand him. Is that weird? Because I understand him at the same time because I too don't create limits on myself when it comes to spirituality. So I don't know. I just wonder, like, though, it's just interesting that he refers to himself as that.
come out of that, it's gonna bless the whole house.
Ooh.
Like if something not right in your house, you can feel it. It's an uneasy feeling. It's not peaceful.
Absolutely
so,
not.
Like, come on, let me tell you the truth. We can heal. We can get that over with and keep moving.
Okay, that makes sense.
I love an honest man. It just makes things so easy.
You're the only one. You ought to see the things they say about me on YouTube.
I love an honest man because it's like once you tell a lie, you gotta keep lying, but once you tell the truth,
lies don't destroy trust. I can't believe you. I was about to. I asked your homeboy, should I?
To be honest, y'all, he gives me more Warlock, and the reason I say that is because Dreka gives me Empress energy, and she would be drained. Like, she would look old and tired and stuff, but she actually looks rejuvenated. So no, I don't think that he I don't it doesn't give demons drain. Demons will have you look like you're a totally different person. Like, your physical appearance will change for the worst. And he does not give me that energy. Now, I don't know if y'all have seen the trend on TikTok where girls are showing their before and after of when they were in a relationship versus now that they're single. That gives energy vampire. That gives demon. That's what that gives. If you want to know what it looks like, go look at that trend and look at the women before and after. And yeah, but no, this gives something else. And simply because demons tend to, or energy vampires tend to drain your energy to where you look totally different. So, no, I can't say that. I want to, but I can't say that. So no, it gets more Warlock. So that means he doesn't just take from the divine feminine energy. He actually worships it, and he uses that energy for his own benefit, which is why he doesn't interact with certain type of women who don't have the golden womb. And I feel like when he chooses to deal with the woman, he looks for the golden womb in women, meaning women that can help him multiply, or women that can help him manifest, or women that can help him receive a multitude of things from different, I guess, places, honestly, like opportunities, businesses, money, like just things like that. So No, he's just educated on what women actually have to offer. Like, he would never be the type of man that would ask you a stupid question like, what do you bring to the table? Because he's aware of what you bring to the table. He's gonna look at your womb and already know what you bring to the table and what he's able to do with that. A lot of men think it's just babies. No. No. Like, it's an energy source, and that's what he's talking about. So he already knows what he can do with that. But most men are not, they're not educated, they're not aware, they don't understand the cycle of life and what we go through every month and how that actually benefits them when they actually value and appreciate the woman. But, you know, that's a conversation for another day. That's a no, it's not giving Diddy. I'm sorry. It's not giving. Diddy was a demon. And again, go back to when Cassie was with him and then do it before and after. There's always a difference in physical appearance. Diddy was just a flat out demon. I told y'all that. I feel like he's a warlock who's toxic. That's what I think. And toxicity could be, you know, he struggles with addictions. He struggles with different patterns and things like that. But he's trying. Diddy was never trying. Diddy was the type of person where, or he was the type of man where he was on the dark side. Like, he stayed in the dark. Kevin Gates is like one of those people where he trying to stay in the light. Like, he may go a little gray because he, you know, but he tries to stay in the light. That's really the difference to me, honestly, between the two men. But something about Kevin Gates, it just tells me, like, you can't trust him 100%. Like, toxic warlock is just what I get. Like, I don't know, because he's a charmer. And when you're dealing with a charmer, you're dealing with a smooth talker. Like, he knows how to manipulate the energy around him, too. And it's something I witnessed him do when he interacts with Carisha, when he interacted with Brittany, when he was interacting in a lot of his interviews. He knows how to manipulate the energy around him. That's why I say he gives me toxic warlock, you know? That's what he gives me. But I don't feel like he's a demon, though. No.
I just pack my shit and leave. I'm about to go. You want me to help you pack, babe?
You know what? I just had a conversation about that.
You want me to help you pack?
Once you tell the truth, and it's like, and I can do, I just gotta accept it. Unless I'm really
No, I ain't gonna say that. You ain't gotta accept it. You ain't just gotta accept it. But at the same time, if we don't want a car, I don't want my woman for us to be separated. I want us to be best friends. Anything we gonna engage in together. Mm-hmm. But we ain't about to destroy no trust. Mm-hmm. If we got a bond, it's our bond. That's like if you bring and I'm busting her up, and we busting this whole up together, me and you, and I go behind your back. I'm really down bad, you heard me? Mm-hmm. I'm really wrong.
You're wrong.
I'm wrong. I'm dead ass wrong.
Yeah.
I'm destroying trust.
Yeah.
And I feel like this is what he learned with Dreka. This is where he's at today. But when he was with her, he was doing things behind her back. He was destroying her trust. And so he destroyed that relationship. Okay? So I think that this is where they are today. But then he was out here on some other stuff.
I wasn't supposed to do that. That wasn't on real nigga shit. I did some whole shit. Mm-hmm. You know, but that's just because we on a lick together.
Right.
Me and you on a lick. But I look like going against my co-defendant for an outsider. An outsider shouldn't have no say so on what we got going on. Right. If it's like that.
But
that's when I'm gonna feel played.
Though, like every man don't think like that. I don't even think they
You keep saying men. Like men are the only people that's wrong. So I want a lot of men, but I just look like you talking about. I want a lot of men.
I see you think with your mind and not with your feet.
No, I think with my heart.
Okay, you think with your heart. I like
Yeah, because if I thought with my mind, there's a lot of shit I wouldn't accept.
Because a lot of men.
Listen, Kevin be saying a lot of stuff, y'all. So that's why I said allegedly. But it's weird that he put that in his song and then turned around and then said, I think he's just protecting her. That's his wife still, legally. That is still his wife. So I don't know. Like, he has this, one thing I know about Kevin, he protects his women publicly, which is why I'm going to get into Ashanti and Nelly. He does not know how to protect his woman publicly. He tried, but it was a failed attempt. But no, Kevin is the type to protect his women in their public images. That's just what he does. He's just really big on that. But he still puts things in his art though. So again, it's going to create this speculation, like, is it true? Is it not true? Like, it's going to create this debate, like, did she cheat? Did she not cheat? Like, it's going to be like that. And that's just his way of still being able to speak his truth, but like protect their image. And I like it. You know, I can't say that I don't like it. So whether it's true or not, we'll never know. And let's keep it that way, because that was between them anyway. And maybe he feels the need to protect her because he wasn't innocent in the situation, you know? And it sounds like he wasn't innocent in the situation just based off of this interview.
Like, you know, I got more time. I just want to have fun. I'm just having fun right now. So I feel like
I believe in one night stands. It could be something where the energy is just dead and like you could just see me. I'm an energy, but I can look at a woman and tell. Like I can look at you on Instagram and tell you faking. You ain't really like that. But it's someone.
Remember when I told you this is the type of man that can manipulate energy around him because he can read energy and he can pick up on it. Listen, this man, he a piece of work. That's all I'm like, you're gonna have to watch him. That's for sure. You're gonna have to watch him. But I don't know. I feel like he means well, but he doesn't always execute good. Does that make sense? He means well, but he doesn't always execute right. Okay. But one thing that I can say is if he does wrong by you, like he'll still do right by you. Does that make sense? Like, prime example, he did Dreka wrong. She cheated back, and he still feels the need to take care of her and protect her. You know what I mean? Most men will cheat on you, dog you out, and just be like, you on your own, like F you, da da da. So I don't know. I guess only time will tell, because I don't like vouching for men too much or too loud, because then they later do some stupid shit and embarrass you. So we'll see. To be continued on who Kevin Gates really is. But again, he gives me Nature Boy 2.0 without the essay claims. I'm gonna stand on that.
Look, this dog pit my mouth about something, man. Like that's what dog. Like I could mouth and you know. I don't know, she's that. I get that energy from her. Mm-hmm. And then I look and she clean. You could look good, but it's about hygiene. Because if you freak and I like you, we could try things. Mm-hmm. So, now I have had some disappointments. I had to put my finger down there and put it up under their nose. You wanted me to eat this? Smell it. You don't smell this? So I done had some disappointments. I ain't gonna lie.
Oh my God.
I have.
You do that? Oh my God.
You see how he working her? Do y'all see how he working her right now during this interview? Am I the only one that's seeing how he working her? He is working her. And Carisha, like, girl, relax. He is working the hell out of you. He using his eyes. He give me Warlock, okay? That's just toxic Warlock. He know what he doing. And Carisha just
the truth. Because some women haven't been trained properly how to clean themselves. They don't know what a vaginal wall cleaning is. They don't know they're not supposed to use tampons. They don't know that the dead uterus gland gets stuck around their walls and cause odor. They don't know that. They don't know soap supposed to go on your. When I baby, this the cleanest you gonna ever feel in your life.
Okay.
You clean all behind your ear. Your mom ain't teach you how to do this because she was busy working.
He be bathing the girls? Y'all, is this a part of the religion that he's a part of? He be bathing the girls? That's why I'm like, y'all, it give Warlock. I just gotta be honest with you. It do. He ain't gonna beat the allegations for me. So he be bathing them and then using a eucalypts and what other type of herbs and oils and things do he be using? I know he be working with the moon phases because he just talked about the moon phase earlier. So what else he be doing? I can see pimp too. Yeah, it's giving something. It's not giving 100% healthy for sure.
Some shit. I hope I'm not being too blunt.
I love
Please
it.
forgive me.
We need.
I'm so not sorry.
No, that's fine. We need more men like you in the world.
You keep talking about men like me. You keep shooting shots at men. Who would hurt you? Somebody.
Carisha, was it really that easy? Carisha, really? No. It's something about Kevin Gates where it's like, don't trust him. I don't know. Am I the only one? I don't know. It's like, you seem sweet, you seem charming, but I can't trust you. There's just something not right.
Must have hurt you because you keep on shooting at me, and then you making me be your co-conspirator.
No, because you speaking the truth.
You about to put me in a RICO act with you because you keep saying that and you looking like I'm agreeing with your criminal conduct. I'm trying to refrain from criminal conduct. You trying to have me on my back.
And then the feathers in the back of his head, it's a lot. I just wonder, like, can he participate in those practices? It's just very strange to me. Okay, let me continue. That's crazy. Here it is. This is why I think he chose Britney.
That's fight. No, not really. Okay, Kevin has this thing. He's like,
yes, he's lustful and controlling. That's exactly what I'm getting. He's lustful and very controlling. Yep.
that's fight. No, not really. Okay, Kevin has this thing. He's like, a person would be really pissed off with you. And I was like, why? He was like, because you don't fight back. He's like, because you don't argue. Like, I really don't argue with him. Like, I'm not about to argue with you.
Right.
Yeah.
Wait, that's so amazing.
So remember when I said he give me toxic Warlock? Dreka is the type where she just wants to live in peace. You know, we can talk it out. We don't have to fight. We don't have to argue. We don't have to do all of that. Like, we can work it out through just basic communication. He wants someone that's a little toxic that he can kind of somewhat fight with at the end of the day. That's what he gives. So Britney is feisty, just like a Pisces. Pisces are feisty. They're going to fight back. That's just what they're going to do. Even if it's very subtle, even if it's indirect, like, at least he gets some type of emotion out of her. And I believe that's why he chose Britney.
I will argue.
I know. And you know what's so funny though? I feel like he genuinely likes that shit.
Right.
But that's not why I don't do it. I just don't argue.
Right. Like, you don't want to.
Yeah. I'm not going there.
And she said that I feel like he genuinely likes that. So, hey, it is what it is. Let me see. This girl was upset. Oh, wait. Let me play this video first.
I have not been on a date since I've been Muslim. Now, there have been plenty of married Muslim men in my DMs, and just because it's permissible does not mean I have to sign up for it. I didn't come this far to be one of several, so let's be very crystal clear on that. When you go without sex for an extended amount of time, and you are honoring yourself in a way that you never have before, you really start to see where people are leaking their energy, where they lack discipline. And there's nothing more unattractive than someone who lacks discipline. I like my men disciplined and a little militant. So when you don't choose you.
So she likes Kevin Gates and how militant he is, because he offers the structure that she needed. So like I said, she could have picked Kevin for a multitude of reasons. Okay, that's just, hey, it is what it is. She could have picked him for a multitude of reasons. That's all I'm saying. The man was a part of the package deal. She was at a crossroads. She was seeing how her life was going, and she was like, I need to change my ways. Kevin Gates was a part of the change, and all of these other factors too. And so she just made that change. Yes, he's married, y'all. So this is crazy, but let me continue.
There could never be an us. A lot of men think, I need more of something to feel more. Baby, you need to go deeper. The only thing that can quench lust is love. The only thing that can quench lust is love.
Do y'all see what I can see them just having a conversation, a deep intellectual conversation. I can see how they ended up together, honestly. This is not shocking to me. Am I the only one that's like, it's not shocking to me? Hell no. Like, Kevin is the type of guy that you stay away from because he's a charmer, he's lustful, and he's controlling. That's it. And he's detached.
Please understand that. And if you have so much love to give, and you ain't got no one to give it to right now, give it to yourself.
So I don't know. After just going through these videos, I'm like, it's not shocking to me. It's not shocking to me. Some women are upset. There are women that are just not liking this.
So Kevin Gates and Brittany Renner is dating, and the whole time he made her convert. And I understand now, because she was in that car crying because she wanted to be a rich baby mama because she got an NBA star as baby daddy. Baby, everybody tried to tell you when you did not listen to nobody. Now you're converting for Kevin Gates, the same Kevin Gates who stole his whole personality from his ex, okay? Yeah, I think his ex is named Dreka or something like that. Yeah, he stole his whole personality. So I'm just trying to figure out, why did she do it? Oh.
Now listen, I'm not a Kevin Gates fan. Is this true? Did he steal from the Empress, Dreka? Nobody. I'm curious because. Listen, Cece, I gotta be honest with you. This is a win for the girls. For the city girls, you know, men are out here having a damn heart attack. She's with Kevin Gates, a man who has more money than me? How dare she? You're not supposed to wife up a 304. She's leftovers and she's a single mother? How dare she? So, yeah, I don't care. That's where I'm at. I don't care. So, I think Share7 said, don't go super religious, just class it up. But she went super religious and it's working for her. You see how you got to be a situational woman and whatever works, just use whatever works instead of feeling like you have to be cookie cutter and you have to follow the rules as the advice is given to you. It actually benefited Britney to convert. I'm not mad. I'm not mad, y'all. I'm not upset by this. I think if anyone should be upset, it should be the men. They should be upset.
Because 304s only convert for rich men. That's the only why. Listen, this girl was in her car boo-hoo crying because she couldn't get a lot of money out of that NBA star. That's why she was crying, okay? Now she's turning around with the same goddamn type of man. Whole time, he just giving her money so she can convert, so she can live the lifestyle she want to live. You know? Yeah, that Kevin Gates. That's crazy.
So, ladies, what do you really think about this? I don't know. It's just... Listen, Britney was down bad. That's all I'm going to say. She was down bad. So, if this is her come up, I think some women should just take notes, to be honest. Like, if this is her come up, I think some women should take notes because she was down bad. She was really down bad. And it was just because her ways. One thing that I do want to point out, I hope the girls are learning, though, on a real serious tip, that she did not create anything outside of seeking attention, male validation, the male gaze. She didn't create anything out of just doing something for herself that just did not involve a man at all, or attention. And so she wrote the book, like she wrote a book, but it's clear that she did that for attention. She did that for money, but she didn't create anything outside of those things. And so she came to the end of the road with that. And yes, in terms of a 304 living off of attention, clout chasing, money, fast money, and everything like that, yeah, there is a wall when it comes to that lifestyle. And so a lot of women feel like, oh, I'm gonna miss the wall, I'm gonna miss the wall. She barely missed it. Like if she wouldn't have met Kevin Gates, she would have hit that, she would have slammed right into it. But because she was willing to pivot, okay, and she ended up in the Muslim community, hey, she was able to still level up. So it is what it is. And a lot of women don't think that they need to do that. But I'm like, if you're going to live off of that lifestyle, it does have an expiration date. Like you got to know when to pivot. Even I think so many women talk about this. Like you got to know when to pivot out of that lifestyle. Some women wait until it's literally too late for them. But Brittany, listen, because she's a public figure, some would call her a celebrity. She was able to make that pivot right out of that lifestyle into a very decent situation. That's all I'm gonna say. So honestly, y'all know I don't promote that lifestyle on this page. Y'all know I don't do that. I'm really representing for the girls that are just going to work, staying in school, and creating something for themselves that doesn't have anything to do with men at all. You know what I'm saying? Because that has a retirement plan. My grandmother, as a homemaker, she told me years ago, have something for yourself. When you make the man the center of your world, that does not come with a retirement plan. And I hear men talk about, I want a traditional woman. I want a traditional woman. I want a traditional woman. I want a woman to support me, and I want her to be there to create and help me build and everything. But I never hear them talk about a retirement plan. It's because they don't think about you like that. They think about themselves though. So have something for yourself. And Brittany had nothing for herself outside of male validation, the male gaze, and attention. And so she was getting older, and she has a son now. Her life has changed a little bit, so she needed to make some adjustments. And so this was her pivotal change. And I'm just like, at this point, I can't really be mad at it. I can't. Not when the men are mad. Like if the men are mad, like I'm really not gonna be upset about this. Like honestly, this is a time to celebrate and do a toast. Honestly.
Kevin Gates and Brittany Renner, what's going on with that? What's that about? I'm sorry, you guys. And I keep seeing clips and people are like, oh, if you're judging her modesty, you're a weirdo. Like, don't judge people's religions. That is not what it's about with me. My question is, Kevin Gates? Y'all, isn't it Ramadan? Like, I am a Christian myself, so you can correct me if I'm wrong. But it's Ramadan. Should you be on DDG's stream singing a song that you made about Brittany Renner where you're telling her that you think that she's a pro and she need to take off her clothes? Y'all be playing with religion. That's what bothers me.
That's why I feel like Kevin Gates can't be trusted, because you're a Muslim man and your lyrics, like why nobody ever called this man out about it? It's very crazy. It's interesting to me. It's so interesting. That's why I feel like he can't be trusted, because you can't have one foot in and one foot out, and then you preaching to everybody about how to live certain type of lifestyle stuff. And I'm not saying he be preaching, but he comes across like he knows something about life. And I'm not here to say that he doesn't, but I don't know. It's like he's trying to live in two different worlds. And maybe that was the issue with Dreka as well. Like living in between two different worlds wasn't something that she wanted to do. So I don't know. I've been trying to tell women this. This is why I'm not religious. I'm not religious because, listen, if you don't have to abide by those rules, why do I have to abide by those rules? So yeah, I'm a woman with integrity, and I lead with humility and compassion, and I seek understanding when it comes to others, and that's as far as it goes with me. All of these extra rules and things like that, It's just to keep women in line. That's it. And then if you don't stay in line, they'll do a witch hunt and they'll just unalive a bunch of innocent women that were healers and herbalists, because that's just the history. So that's just all I'm gonna say about that. But yeah, I just be noticing, once I notice men don't follow, but they preach to women, it just gives dictatorship and it just gives controlling. I'm not mad at women who follow religion for themselves. I feel like that's great because we're spiritual. That's in us. That's what we do. We are connected. We're nurturers. We're healers. We have psychic abilities. We are connected deeply, right? So we need that. But I just don't like how it's just a lot of focus is put on women when it comes to it and not men. And I feel like men need it more than women do, because look at the world. Like, look how violent it is. We not out here creating a destructive world. They are. So if anyone needs to be up in church, if anyone needs to be praying 7 times a day, if anyone needs to be grounding themselves on a routinely basis, it's these men. So I just, don't be preaching to me. Okay? Don't be preaching to me. They need to be in church more than anybody. They don't have any control over their emotions. That's why they're violent. That's why we live in a world that's unsafe. Because if we lived in a world that was safe, women and children would be able to just leave our homes, but we're not. So it's just crazy how the churches are filled with women. They're not filled with men. And then we go out into the world and women and children are just not safe. Like, that doesn't make any sense to me. So I'll be religious again when I see men filled up in those churches. Until then, leave me alone. Like, please, leave me alone. Because they need to be preaching to themselves.
Last Ramadan, I'm tapping through my Instagram stories, you know, people posting, this boy I know, he gonna say, Eid Mubarak, my nigga. Hey! No. That's crazy. You guys are playing with God. You're playing. And honestly, looking at Brittany, you know, I don't know much about her, but she looked like she's dead ass. Maybe she's not. I don't know.
Girl, Brittany gonna be dead ass for this bag. What are you talking about? So yeah, she's for real. Y'all need to accept that she's for real. One thing about Brittany, if it come down to that money, yeah, she's gonna be serious about it. So no, she's gonna take this serious. And listen, this could be, cause like after the Alexis thing, like the Alexis Sky situation, just her opening up and being honest. I'm like, after like listening to her, be honest, because I don't like it when people bullshit me. Like, that was the whole reason I had an issue with Alexis. But like, once she came out and she told the truth, that's when I was like, okay, I'm willing to understand you and hear you out. So after I like watched her explain her thought process and everything, a woman that has been misguided in life and things like that, maybe that's how God got her attention. You know what I mean? Like, maybe that's how God was able to bring her into his or her lifestyle. Like, spirit was able to bring her into this world of being better and doing better and living a different type of life. Like, it had to be a man, because that's what got her attention. That's what would get her attention, because maybe God has been trying to get her attention in a multitude of ways and she just been ignoring it. So it's like, all right, I'm gonna send this man into your life. He's not going to be permanent in your life, but I'm going to send this man into your life, and I'm going to have you believe that it's going to be a permanent thing, so that me and you can be introduced to each other, so that we can create a relationship. That's what I think. I think it's a possibility. So even though Alexis is not living the way that people feel like she should, she is creating that relationship, which takes time to build, just like any other relationship. I'm just glad that she not bullshitting people, because I just don't like it when people bullshit you. But now that she's not doing that, it's like, okay, I can see it from that point of view. Like, I can see her thinking that it was going to be this. And yeah, in the beginning, she could have, came to the Christianity faith and belief system for all the wrong reasons. But now that she's here and she's learned being in this experience, this is something that she wants to keep up with. Who knows? So we'll see. Same thing could be with Britney. So we'll see.
But Kevin Gates, he's playing.
Yeah, it's just, y'all, and to be honest, I would even look at this differently if, say, Britney popped out with some other man. Like, this would be a totally different life. Like, honestly. But Kevin Gates, like, I'm just like, I don't know. It's just something about him that I just don't want to trust. I don't know. But them being together definitely creates opportunities for the both of them. But it seems like she's not going to be able to do just whatever she wants because Kevin Gates is heavily involved with what she's doing. So we'll see. And that was just based off of the Twitch live stream and how they were interacting. So
before I even get on here being messy, y'all, happy Valentine's Day. Y'all, Kevin Gates and Britney getting married? He confirmed it in super general freestyle. Y'all go listen to it. Britney fine, but she ain't got Nathaniel on Dreka. I need Dreka to find her a new man. Britney all dressed like a Muslim now.
Now y'all know them women can't get a man of their own. That's why it's not for me. As an Aries woman, we can be very spiteful and revengeful. That lifestyle is not for me. We're very territorial. That lifestyle is just not for me. It's not for me. I would end up in jail somewhere. So yeah, you know, she can't get another man. I keep trying to tell y'all that when these women date men that have money, they can't get a man. Like, y'all are aware of that. Rick Ross, his first baby mama, he still pays the home that she lives in. He bought her that house. You think she can bring a man into that house while he's still paying those bills? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. That's just how it goes. And I be trying to tell the girls, and the girls be trying to tell me. People were like, oh, Carisha can date whoever she wants to date. No, she cannot. No, she cannot. That is very delusional. I don't know what woman told you that. When you are dealing with a man like that, he can deal with whoever, but you can't, because that's just the game that you play. Unless you're very good at sneaking around. That's the only way that it would make sense to me. So, no. So, Dreka can't get another man unless she completely leaves this situation through a divorce to where she can truly move on with her life. But as long as she's attached to that man and he's still helping her pay bills and things like that, no, she can't talk or deal with anybody else. She can't even have a male friends. That's just how they are. That's why whenever you see Dreka, she be by herself. That's that lifestyle. And that's why a lot of women, I don't know, like they want to sign up for that lifestyle, but that lifestyle can be very lonely. Yeah, unless he's, you know, obviously, yeah. But that's it. That's it. That's it. That's it. I need women to be very realistic when it comes to that lifestyle, because some of y'all be going off of social media and I'm just like, girl, you're not reading in between the lines.
As y'all know, Muslims can have as many wives as they want. But y'all really gotta listen to his music. Cause Dreka,
they can only have 4, y'all. They can't have as many as they want. They can only have 4, and the first wife has to approve.
Not innocent either. He said she was smashing Percy. Dang, I had so.
Percy is her personal trainer. Or was.
For him and Dreka. He said they'll always be friends, but it's just on different paths. If y'all saw the way she folded for him after his concert, we already know, we seen it coming. Even in his song Broken Man, he explains so much stuff in it. I just can't be with no Muslim. Having up to 4 wives, I'll go crazy. Dreka's somewhere on her farm not worried about Kevin Gates, and I love that for her. Cause he do too much. And men love younger women. Ain't Kevin too old for Britney? I don't care who he with, Dreka for life. Nobody can take her place.
How old is Kevin Gates? How wait a minute. How old is Kevin Gates? And I gotta go listen to Broken Man and find out some more truth. That was one song I didn't look into. But I gotta go look into Broken Man, because I don't know. But I mean, so what do y'all think? What do y'all think about the situation? I mean, considering the fact that Britney was down bad, I don't think that this is bad at all. I don't think this is a bad move for her. That's my point of view, and that's what I'm sticking to. I don't think. Oh, he's 30. That's what I'm like, aren't they around the same age? So yeah, why is my thing not working? What is going on? Okay, hold on.
Before I even get on here being messy, y'all, happy Valentine's.
Oh, that's why. My bad, y'all. Okay. Let me remove this. Okay, so in my opinion, I don't feel like it's a bad move. That's just my honest opinion. Like I said, I think she made this decision for a multitude of reasons. I just feel like if women are looking up to her, she got lucky. And I just need you to understand that. Like, she got lucky. Her situation was something that was curated because she was in the spotlight, and she happened to meet a man that was willing to look past her past. And a lot of men are not willing to do that. But for whatever reason, Kevin Gates was able to look past her past and the things that she was putting out here that was just degrading her image. And now she is trying to recreate a new image, and she's trying to polish herself better and carry herself differently. So just know, like, listen, this don't happen for everybody, but it was able to happen for her. And she's one of the lucky ones. And that's why I'm happy for her, because, you know, a lot of men feel like once a woman makes a mistake, she deserves nothing. But these men can go out here and dog women out, go through many of women and treat them poorly, and do a bunch of messed up things like sell drugs in the community, create baby mamas, do all of this destructive things, and they feel like they're still kings and they deserve the world. So for me, in my opinion, which I feel is unpopular, is I'm happy for her. I'm happy for her. I'm happy for her. She was able to turn lemons into lemonade. So hey, it is what it is. That's just my opinion. Hopefully she can handle Kevin Gates, because he seems like he's a lot. Like, he seems like he be doing the most. Oh yeah, okay. So he's been seeing her since 2018. Okay, that makes sense. So again, like, maybe this was meant to be for the both of them. Who knows? Who knows? But let's go ahead and move on to Ashanti. Let's move on to our girl Ashanti, because y'all, this is a mess. Let me pull up. I feel so bad for Ashanti. Can we get into it though? First of all, I have a lot of respect for Ashanti. Very classy woman. Okay. But she linked up with a man that the only thing he could do is really bring her down. And that was the main reason why I did not want to see them together. One thing about it is, like, yeah, there are those stories where two people separate. They've been separated for years. They go through a lot of different changes in life, and then they come back, and it's just the right place, right time, right person, right moment, right? But I don't believe that that's the story. Like, that's not the story here. I believe that this story is one of them stories, you know? And let me pull up the file here. So this went viral. Is it this one? Yeah.
Out that once we found out that she was pregnant, it was just like, I didn't want this to be, I don't want to say like
a child out of wedlock.
Exactly.
Yeah. Well, you guys are probably already planning, you know.
Well, we hadn't talked about it.
Right.
Yet. We hadn't talked about any of that yet. I hadn't, but I was like, you know what? Let's just knock this out, because we're going to be doing so much and everything's moving so fast. And I didn't want to, I didn't want her to be, a baby mama.
Now listen, that's what went viral, but I went and I watched the full interview. Y'all know how I like to do, so I don't miss nothing. I watched the full interview, and y'all shouldn't have told me that. Like, why did y'all tell me to go watch the full interview? Because it didn't get better. Because when I watched this clip, I didn't know that at the time that they linked, when they hugged on the stage, when they reunited for the first time, when they saw each other for the first time, he brought a woman with him. There was another woman there. It just wasn't Miss Jackson. So y'all shouldn't have told me to go watch the full interview, because I'm just thinking, oh, he just don't know how to do interviews. Then y'all had me go watch, and I was just like, why did y'all have me go watch that?
You and your wife's initial reuniting, was it at the Versus?
this is the thing. When I went to Versus, I had somebody with me.
Right.
When I went to
Why y'all? That's why I was like, y'all don't have me go look and dig, cause then I'ma find something. We could have, cause I had planned to just respond to just this, you know. But I was like, no, we not that type of blogger. We're gonna dig and do our research before we can give an opinion. So then I went and I was just like, why?
Not saying, but you guys shared the stage, and the internet was like, "Oh shit, they're in the same place at the same time." Like,
I didn't want it tense.
Right.
When I walked in, her mother had saw me, and I knew that mom was going to go back and let her know that I was in the building.
Right.
We was here to celebrate with these brothers.
Of course.
Two of my cats,
Yep.
Joe and Ja, and to celebrate their music. So I didn't want it tense, and we didn't even talk. I just went over.
No, y'all, it's just the reason why I'm making it a big deal is because y'all have to understand that men come on social media and project their loneliness on women. These men are always connected to a woman. So that tells me, when did Nelly ever have time to truly work on himself if he was always dealing with a woman? When? And it's so crazy because like Ashanti was out here getting bullied and dragged by the black community for being single at 41 with no kids. Right? Let's not forget, because everyone wants to be like, I don't feel bad for Ashanti. I do, because the black community stays bullying black women that are trying to make better choices in life. Right? And she was 41, single with no kids, and y'all bashed the hell out of her. So she could have bumped into him on the stage. She could have been with another woman, but because of the black community dragging her on social media, she probably was rationalizing things in her mind about, well, maybe this is what it's meant to be. Maybe this. The black community will literally lower your self-esteem to the point where you will end up in a struggling relationship or a publicly humiliating relationship. And then it's so crazy because damned if you do and then damned if you don't. So like people have an issue with her now being married to Nelly, right? I was always against it from the beginning because I had my reasons. Like I always just felt like the only thing Nelly could do is bring her down. He could not bring her up. The same thing with Halle and DDG. The only thing DDG could do was bring her down, not bring her up. I would like to see women who have vibrant energies and auras. I would like to see them in relationships with men that bring them up, not bring them down. It would be nice. Like, am I asking for too much to be able to see that, right? But that's not what we're out here seeing. We're seeing women who are up here, they're elevated, right? And then they get with a man that just brings them down. So what has he been doing? Publicly embarrassing her, similar to DDG, right? He keeps opening up his mouth. First, it was the arrest. He was gambling at like 4 something in the morning. He got arrested for having some stuff on him, drugs. And then at that time, she was pregnant and he was out at like 4 something in the morning gambling. Okay. And by the way, he has a history of gambling. He has a history of having issues with gambling. Okay. And we all know where that leads to, Offset. Okay. Then the Trump situation. As much as I have known Ashanti has always had like this very polished public image. And ever since she has gotten with Nelly, as of recently, outside of the whole love story thing, he has really brought down her image because he keeps just doing dumb things. He's not as polished as her when it comes to interviews, which is why when you go listen to how Ashanti explained how they got engaged and married, it's completely different compared to Nelly. And some people are going to disagree with this, but I believe intentionally he wanted to protect Ashanti, but he just executed wrong because now he's publicly embarrassing her by letting the world know, like, yeah, I kind of just married her because she got pregnant, and we already knew what it was. So, and then the way that Ashanti explained how they got back together, it was just, is two totally different stories. Well, not two totally different stories. It's just the way Ashanti was able to, I guess, tell the story was just more polished. And you can tell that she does a lot of work with just being, just, I don't know, like a publicist. You could tell she practices her speaking engagements before she does her interviews. Nelly does not. So you have two different people in a public relationship now, and publicly they're working against each other. And this is what I was afraid of from day one. I was just like, oh, this is not going to be a good look. But then you have rapper Eve, right? We don't even know much about her husband other than the fact that he's rich, filthy, rich. That's it. And then anytime that they move together, it's unit. Same thing with Serena Williams. When Serena was getting dragged, her husband hopped online, clapped back. All right? As a unit. They move as a unit. Do you not see how Ashanti and Nelly are not moving as a unit? Okay. You get it. And this is what I was afraid of. Especially when it comes to Ashanti, who's worked her whole life. Like, she's been working since I was, a little kid, like a little girl. So I just felt like at this point in her life, she deserved to just be able to enjoy this part of her life where she's settling down, she's starting a family and things like that. So what we're witnessing are two people in a marriage that are not publicly working together. Like, even with the whole Trump situation, that was a conversation that I don't think that they really had. It doesn't seem like they were on the same page with that. It doesn't. It just doesn't. It seems like that was part of his career, and then Ashanti was like, this is my career, but it's like, you can't do that anymore because now you're publicly together. So, and then people were dragging her into it, which was taking her public image down. So it's just been a mess ever since.
You know, we got the hug, break the ice, and boom. And we didn't talk for probably another almost 8 to 9 months to a year. We didn't have a conversation. That was that. But everything happens for a reason.
So what was Nelly doing between that 8 months to a year? Probably laid up with another woman. Probably laid up with multiple women. So again, when did Nelly actually have time to change? And the reason why I'm pointing this out is because a lot of women are wanting to use this example as, oh, let me go spin the block on my ex. Or let me go spin the block with my situationship. Listen, play with your life if you want to. Play with your life if you want to. It actually benefited Nelly business-wise to marry her. Because Nelly has, first of all, he sits here, and I don't like this. Like, I know a lot of women took issue with me saying that I don't like being referred to as a baby mama. I don't. But I also don't like being called a female. I don't like being referred to as wifey either. I don't like that stuff. And the reason why I don't like that stuff is because men create these hierarchies, right? And they want you to fall for the hierarchies. They want you to fall for the baby mama label. And then they want you to fall for the wifey label. No, wait. Baby mama 304. And then what's the next one? Wifey? I don't like none of this. I don't accept labels. No, let's go back. Female, baby mama, 304, and then wifey. And yeah, they put the 304s above the baby mama simply because they're more fun. That's it. And then they put the wife above the 304 simply because she makes him look better. Every label that these men give you is to serve themselves. So don't call me that. Call me by the name that my parents gave me. I don't like that stuff. Like, I just feel like it plays into bullshit, and it's like, I don't want to be a part of that. So it's not even that I don't want to be called a baby mama. I want to be called a wifey. No, I don't want to be called none of that shit. Like, please stop. All of that is corny to me. Seriously. And then men call you that wifey label, and they want to see how you react. And then when men call you wifey without actually marrying you, they're trying to put a battery in your back. Like, men really want women, if you don't adapt being smarter, because there was a time in history where where women, they literally refused women to get educated. Like, you weren't allowed to get educated because they wanted you dumb. Like, you're aware that they wanted you to be stupid, because then they could manipulate you. They could control you. So they wanted you to be dumb. But sometimes intelligence is not just being able to retain information from a book. Like, sometimes it actually involves you thinking differently and thinking outside of the patterns that men want you to think in. And a lot of women fall for that. Like, a lot of women fall into the patterns of how men want you to think. So men want me to be excited. Oh, he called me wifey. Oh my God. I don't, like, you can't put a battery in my bag for calling me wifey. Like, I'm just going to look at you like, I'm not married. So why are you calling me that? And then I feel like, too, it's somewhat degrading. And I got to be honest with you, because of how the term is used and why it's used and when it's used. It is to try to make you better than the other women, right? And a lot of men just do that, not because they actually believe you're better. They just do that to have you believe that you're better. So then, like, you'll carry yourself a certain way that will have them be able to manipulate you easier. That's it. Like, that's it. It's just to make you, it's just to allow you to put down your defenses so they can come in and manipulate you in the head. That's it. That's all. That's all. So I don't like, and listen, I don't know how many times I have to talk about this. The net worths that y'all are seeing on Google is not real. The net worth that you're seeing of YouTubers, social media influencers, it's not accurate. Like, it's an illusion. All right? It is an illusion. So, and then another thing too, he's a gambler. Gamblers don't hold on to money, they spend it. And then they tend to make poor investments because they tend to move and spend money desperately. So he could have been on top at one point, but this man is not on tour in his 50s for no reason. And then the music industry, it's been exposed that they don't get paid like that. And then whenever I hear people say things like, oh, his net worth is 70,000 or 70 million. What was his taxes? What did he pay in taxes? This is a man that filed bankruptcy in 2000. Like, he filed bankruptcy when I was like in high school. He has poor money management, which was another reason why I didn't want to see him. I didn't want to see Ashanti with Nelly. He shows signs that he needs money, and he shows signs that he's not good with money. So I hope she protected herself when it comes to what she has going on. And what it's sounding like is they rushed this whole process. But I hope a prenup was definitely involved, because this is a man that needs money. Seriously. So it was beneficial for him to marry her. Like, honestly, it just was. But let's continue though, because no one ever likes to talk about taxes when they be talking about those net worths. No one ever likes to talk about penalties and fees and liens and everything that comes with being financially responsible. And then you'll see these men blow through millions of dollars just to impress other men and to get access to women. So listen, if you say so.
I think that's awesome. I think it's so dope. And by the way, kudos to you guys figuring out how to hide a wedding. How hard was that for that not to get out until after it happened?
Well, once I found,
yeah, they didn't. There wasn't a wedding. Unfortunately, he got married. Okay, and y'all, I thought I was crazy, but I gotta play these videos because I thought I was crazy. But let's play this, because a lot of people are like, y'all didn't watch the full video. Y'all didn't watch the full video. Yeah, I don't like men calling me names, period. Call me by the name that my parents gave me. That's respect. Calling me all of these other names is just disrespectful to me.
And stop forming opinions based off 30 seconds, 1 minute clips, and not.
Once we found out that she was pregnant, it was just like, yeah, I didn't want this to be not I don't want to say like
a child out of wedlock.
Right,
Yeah.
Well,
you guys are probably already planning,
Well, we hadn't talked about it.
Right.
Yet. We hadn't talked about any of that yet. I hadn't, but I was like, yo, you know what? Let's just knock this out because we're going to be doing so much and everything's moving so fast. And I didn't want, I didn't want her to be, a baby mama.
I respect that.
Like, because we already knew where we were in life.
And he feels like he should be praised for that, y'all. But you know what, Nelly, what was wrong with the other women that you made a baby mama? You see how men create hierarchies? So the other two women weren't worth, the women that you chose to impregnate, they weren't worth being married to? The one, Miss Jackson, the woman that you strung along for years, she was on a reality show taking herself ring shopping. She wasn't worthy of being a wife. And it be so crazy how women eat this up like, oh my God, he did so right by her. But he did so many other women so dead ass wrong. Literally. So I don't know what there's to be excited about. First of all, he created 2 single moms. And then he strung a woman along for years. And she was on a reality show that was titled something about wives or something like that. I forget what the name of the show was called. And she was shopping for wedding rings by herself. How are women so quick to overlook how he treated all the previous other women and dog them out? What was the difference between them versus the women, Ashanti? Money. That was the difference. How are you in a relationship with Miss Jackson, I think like 8 years or something like that? And she was freezing her eggs. She was doing all type of stuff for this man. And he never wanted to marry her. But if money's low and I have a gambling issue, this is good for business. This is good for my image. This is great. So, man, just women got to be smarter. You cannot fight back against misogyny. You can't fight against pimping, whether that's marriage, 304 culture, or you being out on the corner. You can't fight against men manipulating you, just like not really thinking about like they're making chess moves against you and you're playing checkers. They're able to predict your next move because of desperation. So you're playing checkers and they're playing chess. And they're always making moves according to what's beneficial to them. And you're making moves out of desperation. Yeah. So, and there's no winning that. Like, you can't be desperate and make moves. Like, you got to be confident. And listening to men and allowing them to call you nicknames like you're a pet dog is not, first of all, it's them playing with you. Like, you're allowing them to play with you because you're allowing them to believe that they can manipulate you. They can't call you those names and put batteries in your back to get you to do what they want. That's just, they think the pet names is endearing to you. That's why I don't fall for that. I don't like any of those names. I'm not a dog. Call me by my name. Like, that's just what it is for me. But let's continue.
And, if we're back like this must be what this supposed to.
So let me enter the chat on this one right here. We got chill people. Now, y'all know what that man meant in that interview. He did not.
Y'all know what that man meant. Now, listen, respectfully, I am not coming at this woman. But if we have to put pieces together about what he meant, then that means we don't know what he means. Men are direct when they communicate. They don't fluff things up. They don't care about your feelings. They don't know how to tell stories like women do. Otherwise, we wouldn't be here today. But It is exactly what he said it was. That's it. There's no piecing it together. He said exactly what he meant. So women are like wanting to wiggle it a little bit, and I'm about to play RRG here in a sec. You know what would have been a great response? She was the love of my life. I let her get away. I wasn't going to let that happen again. So once I found out that she was pregnant, I was like, let's make this official. Oh my God. Ladies, please raise your standards, please. Oh my God. Or are you always going to get discounted experiences, discounted treatments, low efforts? Please raise your standards. Because what? He said exactly what it was. He did not fluff it up. And I remember around that time though, because a lot of people were like, oh, Nelly, don't make her a baby mama. I was seeing it all in the Shade Room comments. I was seeing it all in Baller Alert comments. Like, I remember that time. And people were on him like, oh, you better marry her this time. You better not waste her time. You better do this. You better do. So he felt pressured too. He felt pressured too by the Black community. So I'll give Nelly that. But, sir, this is a man that had commitment issues. There's no way you can't tell me a man don't have commitment issues. He's stringing a woman along in an 8-year relationship. She's ring shopping by herself and she's freezing her eggs. The eggs are still in the freezer and he with another woman and they just had a baby. Come on now. Come on now. That's just messed up. Yeah, exactly. Pressured. But that's what he sounded like when he was explaining the reason. Like, you know, I didn't want to make her a baby mama. Because if y'all remember that time, that's all the comments were saying. Don't make her a baby mama. Better not make her a baby mama. Better not leave her. You better do right by her. You better do right by her this time, Nelly. You better do, like, people was on him about that. So.
Marry her because she was pregnant. That's what happens when we watch 30-second clips and we don't watch the whole interview to get the full context of the conversation. He said in the interview that he knew and they knew where it was going. Things moved so fast, they was busy. So once they found out that she was pregnant, he's like, we're going to go ahead and knock this out right now. He didn't say, oh, she got pregnant, that's why I decided to marry her. No, he said we knew where it was going. We knew if we was back like this is where it was going. Baby KK decided to make his way in. So Nelly was like, we gonna get this done right now. We both got busy schedules. We about to be on the road. You about to go on tour. Then we got show after show after show. Ain't no time like right now. But that's the thing, when you stay ready, you ain't gotta get ready. But we really gotta find a chill and stop forming opinions based off 30 seconds, 1-minute clips and not getting the full context of things. Cause come on now, listen to the interview.
Y'all, did we hear, like, that's what's so crazy, y'all. Ladies. That fairy tale, it's causing y'all not to hear things correctly. But, oh my God, that's just like a man being in your life. He telling you what it is and what it's not. And you got your fairy tale ears on. Oh, he loves me. And he just told you, oh, I'm not trying to be with anyone right now. But your fairy tale ears are like, oh, he's in love with me, but I just need to be patient. He really wants to be with me. He wants to have a future with me. Take off those fairy tale ears, okay? Burn them, all right? Burn them, because that is not what that man said. And that's why sometimes, I gotta be honest with y'all, sometimes these men don't be playing, y'all. They don't be playing you. They told you what it was and what it wasn't, and you heard what you wanted to hear. You literally heard what you wanted to hear. That man didn't lie to you. He didn't play you. He didn't do any of that. You heard what you wanted to hear. Oh my goodness. But and listen, I'm gonna bring Auntie in. I'm not even gonna break it down. She's gonna break it down.
Listen to the clip. You know exactly what that man meant.
What? And you hear how she keeps saying mint. Oh my God. Please, ladies, don't do that. Please don't. That remind me of that phone conversation in Waiting to Excel, and what's his face's mama was on the phone. That's a good man, Savannah. He just hasn't figured things out yet. He's gonna leave his wife. That's what this remind me of. Hold on, let me switch gears. Okay, cause Auntie and they gonna have to break it down, cause this is crazy.
He was over there on Bootleg Kel's podcast, and the question was asked, how did you keep the marriage a secret? And Nelly said,
once we found out that she was pregnant, I didn't want her to be, a baby mama.
Keep in mind that Nelly and Ashanti dated for about 10 years back in the day. Now he has 2 children from a previous relationship, and his baby with Ashanti is the 3rd. There's another Instagram video where Ashanti is being interviewed where she says there are definitely more children coming. So, Auntie, I don't know how to feel about this girl, but I know you're gonna keep it a buck. What do you think, Auntie? I know everybody is around here applauding Nelly for marrying Ashanti because he didn't want her to be a baby mama. And everybody's like, oh, that's so nice. Thank you. That's the right thing to do. But it ain't. The right thing to do would have been to acknowledge and see her value first. Marry her and then have a baby with her. I know y'all over there like, Auntie, we just can't win for losing with you. But you can if you pay attention to what I say. What he said in the Instagram video, if y'all listen very carefully, roll back the footage and listen for yourself.
We hadn't talked about it yet. We hadn't talked about any of that yet. I hadn't, but I was like, yo, you know what? Let's just knock this out because we're going to be doing so much and everything's moving so fast.
We knew where we were in life and we had a lot of things going.
Imagine being a 41-year-old woman. You waited all your life. And listen, Ashanti has said it in several interviews when she was single, which was why people kept giving her a hard time, was because people knew she wanted to get married and have kids. So that was another reason why men were dragging her, because they knew that was something that she wanted, but she didn't have it yet. And so it's like you get it out the way. Does that sound like a man that really wanted to like marry her? It was just the way that he said it. Let's knock this out. Yeah. Let's knock this out. Like, what? So, this is why a lot of people are saying Ashanti settled, because he was just better off not saying anything at all. Like, we didn't need to know any of this. We don't. And I hope moving forward, Nelly stopped talking. Like, he just stops talking. Like, we don't need to know anything else. Like, keep it to yourself. At this point, we may not understand, and to be honest, I don't want to understand, but like, if y'all have something real, like, just at this point, just keep it private. Just keep it private. He didn't communicate. He didn't have a plan. He was just sleeping with her. That's it. And listen, ladies, the reason why I'm talking about this is not because of Ashanti. I'm talking about this because I want women to understand that a lot of you want to spin the block, get back with somebody from your past, get back in the bed quick, and then he hasn't even proven to you that he's changed. Because that's what happened with the situation. Some can say it's luck. Some can say it's unlucky for her that he married her, right? It just depends on who you're talking to. This is just not an ideal situation that you should want to be in. And honestly, it really comes down to what you think you deserve. I felt like Ashanti deserved a better experience than this. I mean, she seemed like she was standing strong in what she wanted. And I believe the comments from social media got to her, was weighing her down, and she just gave in and she just settled. And this was the best that Nelly could do, which is sad because he already had wasted 10 years of her life. He could have came back and really stepped up and did it right. But this is what he wanted to do. It's just very disappointing. Very, 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 very disappointing. So, yeah.
And things were moving really fast. In other words, we kind of already knew each other. We doing music together. We touring. She pregnant. We old. Might as well. That's what I heard. I don't want to be proposed to as a might as well. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of how he came at Ashanti. may as well go ahead on and marry you. Y'all can say what you want to say. I don't doubt that he and Ashanti are very much in love.
Right.
I don't doubt that at all. But what was wrong with the first baby mama? How come he didn't want to make her a wife? See what I'm saying? Why? Because he was young, hot in the tail, and was still out in these streets. Because for some reason, men always think they can do better until they get old, and then they're like, well, I'm tired of running the streets. I'm going to go ahead on, settle down. I know Ashanti. And he went on to say in the interview, she bring more good to my life than bad, and so that's good enough reason to settle down.
And then, like, okay, you didn't want to settle down when you were in your prime and y'all were together. But now you want to do it at 50 and you still can't even meet her where she's at? Like that, y'all, that's what's so disappointing about this whole thing. It's like you can't even meet her at her level. You had all of this time. Like that's what's so like, it's like you could have did better by her than this. And ladies, please tell me this. Do you really think this is the best Nelly could have done for Ashanti? Like seriously, do you really think this is the best he could have done for Ashanti? Like the early 2000s Y2K princess? Like seriously. Like, I used to record her songs in my room. Like, I used to record her songs in my room on a little tape. I would literally hit record. The song would play on the radio, hit record her song. Then I'll play it back. Like, come on. Like, seriously? Nelly, and I'm not mad at Ashanti. I'm more mad at the black community when it comes to Ashanti. Because I gotta be honest with you. One thing the black community is gonna do is bully a black woman. Like, it doesn't matter if you're a single mother. It doesn't matter if you're single with no kids. It doesn't matter if you're a married woman. It doesn't matter. Like, one thing the black community is gonna do is bully a black woman. So I just feel like Ashanti got that pressure, and I think it was Wayne. And she was probably reading those comments because I know it's hard to believe, but people really feel like us who put ourselves out here publicly that we're not real people with real feelings. Like comments can't get to us. I get it, but that's not the reality. Okay. So I think the comments got to her and he was there and yeah. So maybe it's sounding like they settled for each other. That's what it sounded like at this point.
I don't know. I don't like these vibes. What I would prefer Nelly to say is she's the love of my life. She's the absolute love of my life. I let her get away once before. I'm not going to let her get away again. When she came up pregnant, all the more reason to get married. And some of y'all may argue and say, well, men are not good with words. Bullshit. Yes.
And you know what? I just want to point this out. Women that keep saying men are not good with words. They are when they want to manipulate you. They are when they're trying to take advantage of you. They are when they're trying to get over on you. Can y'all stop feeding into the incompetence of men? It is 2025. Please stop doing that. Please. When they want to manipulate you, when they want to get over on you, when they want to take advantage of you, when they want to sweet talk you to get what they want out of you, they find all the right words. Can you stop doing that? Please. He said what he said because that's what he meant. So it's just women need to stop doing that. Because when you feed into the incompetence, you're allowing men to weaponize that against all of us. They're not dumb. They're not incompetent. They are very capable. They are. They just expect for you to feed into their incompetence so then they don't have to do much, or so the expectation is not something that they have to meet because it's not there and you're not requiring it. Because, well, men, you know how they are. They can't find the right words, but they can when they want to manipulate you, though.
Stay off. What happened was he didn't think about what he said before he said it. And when people don't think about what they say before they say it, the truth come out. Let's just call it what it is. The truth come out. Now, some of y'all may say, well, maybe this will encourage other men to do the right thing by women and get married and have children within the wedlock. It ain't gonna change nothing. Because see, Nelly got money, Ashanti got money, and Ashanti allowed Nelly to spin the block. I hope that she got a prenup, and I hope Nelly will settle down and do right by Ashanti this time, but you never know. We'll see. Ashanti was gonna have this baby with or without Nelly.
Facts.
See what I'm saying? And Nelly said, we may as well go head on. I promise you, I don't even think Ashanti was pressuring Nelly to get married. You know, she wasn't gonna turn it down. But I don't think Ashanti, she would have taken that baby and went head on with her business, and raised that baby. But this is not the relationship for everybody to covet or to hold as a standard at all. Again, let me go back and say, because some of y'all gonna be like, this is a beautiful relationship, and that's because many of y'all don't have an example of what the progression of a relationship into marriage and children and family looks like. Okay, even though we tell y'all, humans can be very visual. Y'all need a visual representation of what that look like, and Ashanti and Nelly ain't it. They have finally arrived at a point where they're a happy family. But this ain't how you get there. And to be honest, a lot of us don't get there the quote-unquote right way. Love is messy, life is messy, things don't often happen in a straight line, which is fine. All I'm saying is, Nelly settled, but he happened to settle with a 10. See what I'm saying? There was a 10 in his orbit, fortunately for him, and he went head on and put a ring on it.
And I think that's what I'm irritated about, is like Nelly settled with the 10, and what did Ashanti settle with? Yeah. A man that has been publicly embarrassing her, like, since they announced that they are in fact married now. So let me see, do I have any? That's why I'm just like,
stop forming opinions based off.
So yeah, oh, this woman here, she said a lot. Hold on, is it this one? Yeah.
The way I wish Nelly would have shut up.
Hold on, wait, I gotta get past the music.
The reason why. So, you know, we got married because we love each other. That's what most people do. Versus the explanation that he gave. It's low-key embarrassment to me. You married her because you didn't want her to be a baby mama. And the interviewer says, oh, that's respectful. I don't know. Maybe I don't know. Maybe it's just me. People don't marry for love anymore, right? They don't marry for love. That's where I've been going wrong. I've been marrying for love. Baby, what?
Dang, y'all think Nelly is a 1? How would y'all rate Nelly? Women get rated all the time, so listen, what would you rate Nelly? I wouldn't rate him a 1. I give him a 3 or 4. 3 or 4. Put in the chat what you would rate him. 3, 4. And what am I rating him on? Not his finances. I'm rating him on like just his character, how he treats women. He treats women like they're disposable. That's why I really don't care for Nelly like that. He just strings women along. He uses them for their benefit. I mean, this is the same man that came out with that one song and he did that music video. I forget what the music video was. And it created a whole controversy back then. And he even had to speak out about it because they were trying to get him canceled back then. So he just never he respects women like that. Like, that's just been my whole thing with him. Tip drill. Yeah, tip drill. And yeah, so like he just never gave me that he truly respects women. So I rate him a 3. A 3.
We might as well go ahead on and knock it out. Knock it out. There's nothing wrong romantic and sweet about that. And I'm not, I don't know. I'm not a professional. But, I had this fantasy in my head. Years have gone by. They're back together. They were the cutest thing ever. And now they're back together being the cutest things ever at their, mid-age and choosing each other. And it was just so romantic, or so it seemed to be. I promise you everything's not what it appears to be, because my mouth dropped when that man said, yeah, let's just knock it on out. Knock it out. Not, oh, you make me the happiest person in the world. Your energy is infectious. Your smile is beautiful, and I want to see you every day. I can't imagine waking up without you. I love everything about you. He didn't say all of that to describe the situation. He said, I didn't want her to be a baby mama. She deserved that, huh? She deserved to not be a baby mama. You're right. You're sure right. You're right. Especially considering that was her first child. Especially considering she took you back. Yeah, you have a bunch of kids already. Yeah, anyway, I don't have no fight in this dog in this fight, however you say it. I'm just saying it did crush my heart just a little bit for her.
Man.
Hopefully she's well.
I thought I was the only one that saw that video of him on stage. Yeah, this is yeah.
And okay with the answer. Ashe.
And listen, I don't want people to think I don't believe in redemption. I do believe in redemption, but it takes you really working on yourself. And I don't feel like Nelly has done that. Like, if this was a man that I really thought changed, I would just be so happy. Even if things still went the way that they went. Even if he still came out in an interview and this is just his truth, right? But knowing that he's saying all of this and things went the way that they went and he's not a changed man, that's what just is rubbing me the wrong way. I do believe in redemption. I do believe that people can change. But honestly, when people change, there's a desire to. And I don't think Nelly has ever had a desire to change, which was why he strung along Miss Jackson for as long as he did, for 8 years. Because he was unwavering and he was unwilling to change. And it's just, it is what it is. That's just my thoughts on it. This is why I'm not really talking about Ashanti in this video. This is why.
I just saw a post talking about Ashanti being pregnant at 43 and how when she was 40 years old, unmarried and not pregnant or didn't have any children, the internet bashed her like, oh, you too old of a woman to be still unmarried without children. But now that she's pregnant and she's 43, they're saying she's too old to be pregnant. She waited too late in life. And this is why you gotta live life while simultaneously saying, I love people, but fuck them people. And all of their opinions. Because people don't know what they're talking about. One day they like you, one day they don't. One day they agree with you, one day they don't. One day they like the way you live, one day they don't. So you have to do what's in God's will for you to do. Do what makes you happy. Do what resonates with your soul.
And I will never judge women who fell victim to the pressure. Because I'm under that pressure right now. Like, people try to make it seem like I'm living wrong. I'm doing something wrong. But I have yet to meet a man that is truly valuable to me, that won't enter my life and bring me down. So I haven't given in to anything. I'm not giving in to the pressure. You have to be a very strong-minded woman to live this life where you don't give in to the pressure. And I'm not saying that as if Ashanti is weak. I'm not. This is a woman that made it all the way to 41 years old. She was probably pressured from 20 to 25 and beyond. You know, I just think that she just gave in. You know, it happens. So I will never judge a woman that fell victim to the pressure. I won't. I just don't think it's fair. Like, honestly, I don't think it's fair. I don't think it's right. I don't think she deserves that. Like, did y'all not see the comments? Did y'all not see the videos men were making about her? I remember that. I still remember that. So I'm just gonna wish her well. I'm gonna send her so many well wishes because she's in it now, you know, and I think she just deserves all the support that she can get because this man, I mean, he just every time he opened his mouth, he embarrasses her. Like, every time he just does something just stupid. So listen, ladies, like, live your life for yourself. And a lot of people are going to be upset about it. Men, women, parents, family, strangers, people who don't know you, people who don't pay your bills, like people who are not trying to pay anything feel the need to comment on your life. People who feel like how you're living is wrong. People feel like you should do things the way that they're doing things just because they think that that's the right way. Just stand strong in who you are and protect yourself from listening to people who just have an opinion. Like, F them people and F their opinions and F what they think, because at the end of the day, it comes down to your happiness, it comes down to your peace, it comes down to how you want to live your life and where you see your future and how you see your life going. And I'm very open-minded. I see my life going a lot of different ways. I do. I can see myself with kids. I can see myself being single and never married. I can see myself being an orphan mom and taking care of a group of girls in a home. Like, I can see my life going a lot of different ways. I can see myself traveling and retiring and moving out of the country. I leave so much room for endless possibilities. But one thing that never changes with me are my standards. That's it. Are my standards. And I tell y'all all the time that a man who does not have integrity is only a man. Like, a man that has integrity is a man that can bring you up. A man that does not will only bring you down. Okay? So leave room for your life having so many endless possibilities. And a lot of times we as women are groomed to have just this one endless possibility, right? Which is marriage, kids, the picket fence, and then that's it. But you can expand your wings way beyond those limits. And your life can really go a multitude of ways if you open up yourself to that. And then you don't feel like you have to settle for anything. You can choose what feels right to you, what makes sense to you, and then it's all about where you are in life, right? Because right now, I just know I'm not wavering on my standards. But 5 years from now, things change, right? So what makes sense for you at this time, at this moment, where you are in life? And then just going with that. But just don't waver on your standards and leave room for your life going a multitude of ways instead of just this one way, because it puts limits on you. And then you do feel like you have to settle. And then you have to put yourself in compromising situations with people, men, jobs, careers. Like, it just puts a lot of limitations on you, and you deserve to expand yourself further than that. But I'm gonna tell you right now, because we live in a system where everyone is all about being in confinement and doing this and being on the straight and narrow, they're gonna try to like trap you in just because that's what happened to them. So they're gonna try to pull you in because that's what happened to them. So just be careful about that.
Do what sets your heart on fire. Forget about what they talking about, because they don't even be happy in their own life. Why do you think they got time to talk about yours?
Yeah.
And focus on what you are doing and not doing. The people that are pointing the fingers about what everybody else is doing are the people that are afraid of fingers being pointed at them.
Yeah. So that's just my whole reason why I'm not going in on Ashanti, because I saw those comments and I saw those videos and I saw how she was being bullied from both men and women, mainly men though, and it was disgusting.
Okay, this is where I need Nelly and Ashanti to shut up. I like them. I'm rooting for them. I'm glad they spun the block. Usually it don't work out when people spin the block, but I think it's going to work out in your favor. You know, I was excited to hear their story. I didn't heard it so much, but now I need them to shut up. When celebrities go from pure obscurity to like telling it all, you just want them to shut up. Nelly was on a podcast and the guy was like, so, you know, we heard like she was like at home, y'all was chilling. She was in like a pair of your boxer shorts, like it wasn't no big fancy thing when you proposed or whatever. And Nelly was like, yeah, I had to, like it was right after.
And I just want to make it known too that this story could have been beautiful the way that it was told if he would have been intentional about it. I just need men to understand that. Because it's not that he had to lay out the red carpet and bring in a helicopter and all of this. Ashanti lives a very lavish life. So I'm pretty sure she's accustomed to that, right? But this could have been a very special moment if he was truly intentional about it. Not, oh, we didn't really talk about it, but I was like, you know, you got this going on, I got that going on, let's knock this out. Like, what? Like, it was just like he wasn't a forward thinker when it came to dealing with her. He just had access to her again and was just enjoying the fact that he had all of this free access and didn't plan about what he wanted it to look like in the future for the both of them. So I felt like he could have been more intentional. I can see this point of view. I can see this point of view. It kind of reminds me of, there was a discourse going on where people were dragging women for a man doing something special for them. And it was one of those videos where it led to a hotel bed. Like it was her birthday and like he decorated this hotel room and it led to the bed. Or it was something special that he wanted to do for her and it just led to a hotel bed. Yeah, that's what it kind of sounded like. But listen, at the end of the day, I don't think life is cookie cutter. So as long as he would have been intentional, it could have been a beautiful story. But because he wasn't intentional, he didn't plan, he wasn't even thinking that far ahead. And I feel like men should think that far ahead. I mean, that's just my opinion though.
And so the guy interviewing him was like, right after, and we all know what right after he's talking about, right? Okay, I need y'all to go away. I need y'all to go raise y'all little baby.
And then he proposed after post nut. Damn. It's getting worse and worse. And I blame men because women, we didn't really know that much about post nut syndrome and thoughts. But damn, post-nut proposal? I don't know how I feel about that. Because men say anything. Like, you can get men to do anything after that. Like, seriously. They be sitting up there telling their whole life story. They done told you who they homeboy dealing with, who the homeboy cheating with, like, you know everybody's business after post-nut. So it's like, you can get anything out of a man after that. So I don't know. You get the tea on his mama, his whole family, like everybody, you know, everybody tea, everybody business, you know everything. So I don't know. How y'all feel about that? That's why I wish men would have never told us. If they would have never told us about that, I wouldn't even be like looking at this like, ooh, not after that.
Y'all little cute baby, and just stop talking about it now.
Yeah,
it's TMI, way too much information. I need you to go away and just shut up.
Yeah. Yeah. I liked it better when we didn't know. Yeah, I liked it better when we didn't know the ins and outs of what was going on. Like, I liked it better when we had to find out that they were married and we were like, oh, okay. We didn't need to know how it happened. Like, we didn't need to know what went on, what went down. We didn't need to know the play-by-play. I actually liked it better when we didn't know anything at all. So that's pretty much all that I have regarding this video. I would like your thoughts and your opinions. Please, if you don't learn anything from this video, don't feed into the incompetence of men saying that, oh, they don't know how to find the right words. They do when they want to manipulate you. They do when they want to play you. They do when they want to convince you of things when it's a lie. They do. They know how to use their words great. It's just like a toddler where you handicap them from being able to do certain things when they're capable of doing certain things. Sometimes women treat men like toddlers. They're not toddlers. They're grown men. They know how to use their words just fine. You just need to have that standard there and that expectation there, okay? That's all I have regarding this video. Please give this video a thumbs up. I'm coming back for the, because girl, this is a lot. I am coming back for the engagement swindler. Girl. So far, there's 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 5 women, a wife included, and 7 kids. Girl. So we're going to get into that. I'm going to be back for that. So stay tuned, and thank you for watching. Thank you for tuning in, and I'll catch you in my next one.